With times getting tougher, fuel prices rising, and space shrinking, we all need something that not only literally fits in, but also figuratively stands out. A vehicle that feels like it was designed for your everyday life. This might be the future of driving. Compact, efficient, and full of surprises. It's a small car with a big impact. Or as we Filipinos say, maliit pero hindi minamaliit. This is the BYD Seagull. Hi guys, my name is Don and I'm not a pro driver. I'd like to thank BYD Cars Philippines for letting us be part of this exclusive preview. Today, I'm showing you a car that truly has it all. Don't let the size fool you. This car may be small in size, but it's a big surprise. So let's start with the key fob. So here's the front and here's the back. At the front, we have the lock button, unlock button, open trunk button, and the remote start button. On the side of the key, you have this button right here. If you press, it releases the mechanical key. So the car is unlocked at the moment. If I press the lock button, it just locks the car with lights. If I press the unlock button, unlocks the car with lights. I press and hold the unlock button, it opens all the windows. Pressing and holding the lock button surprisingly doesn't close all the windows. Let me close it first, it's raining. For the trunk button, press twice and it just unlocks the trunk. It's not power, so it just unlocks it. For the remote start button, press and hold and it should start. There you go. It's just so quiet that you can't hear it. You can also unlock the car with the NFC card that you can tap on the driver's side mirror. And there is the BYD app where you can not only unlock it, but start the car remotely and search for your car. There are two combinations for the interior, black and dark blue and black and light blue. The black and dark blue is what you'll find inside the white and black colors of the car, while the black and light blue is in the green color. The BYD Seagull is 1,715 millimeters wide, 1,580 millimeters high with a ground clearance of 150 millimeters, 3,780 millimeters long with a wheelbase of 2,500 millimeters. Front and center, you have your BYD badge right here. On the sides, you have your headlights with DRLs, two stripes. There's this signal light and then your headlamps. At the bottom, you have your plate holder with some black plastic cladding for the vents. And then you have your tow hitch at the front on the left side. For the hood, you have a small hood right here. And at the top, you have one wiper. Just one. I was expecting a notch because there's this pattern right there, but you don't have a notch housing any sensors. It's just holding your rear view mirror. That's it. It's as minimal as you can get and stylish. It manages to be cute and fierce at the same time. How's that even possible? The face looks mad. Adorably mad. For the fenders, you have black plastic cladding right here. And then it goes all the way at the bottom here at the middle and all the way here at the end. At the bottom, you have body color in the middle of this black plastic cladding. On the cladding, it says here, Blade Battery. We have your side mirrors, which doesn't fold automatically, but you can still fold them. And you can see here that you do have a small cute light for your repeaters, body color for the handles. That's nice. For the windows, we have black rubber seals at the top and at the bottom. And then for the pillars, piano black finish. Piano black finish as well on the C-pillar where you have these diamond designs. Needless to say, it's a hatchback. We have these lines here at the middle, which makes the car look sporty. It looks good, especially for a car this size. For the wheels, we have gray and then chrome accents on the sides. It says here it's a 175/55 R16. The brand of the tires is Ling Long Green Max EP100. Ventilated disc brakes at the front and disc brakes at the rear. We have a McPherson strut for the front and a torsion beam for the rear. Mini EVs such as this one, usually they only have 2 doors. The Seagull has 4. The BYD Seagull has the E-Platform 3, which was specifically made for EVs to optimize performance. For the rear, we have BYD badge right here. And then on this side, you have EV. On this side, you have BYD Seagull. And then at the very top, you have your shark fin antenna. And then here is your spoiler, which houses your third brake light without any wiper. You still have your defoggers for the rear window. Below Below that, we have your LED light bar, which goes from one end over to the other. Then at the bottom, we have your rear camera and then two lights for your plate. And then beside that, we have your button to open the trunk right here. And then below that, we have your plate. This plate is attached to this black cladding right here. Below that is one parking sensor and then another parking sensor on each side. So you have three parking sensors for the rear. And then you have reflectors on both sides. And then below that is your rear fog lamps. On the right side of the car, you get to see your charging cap. As long as the car is unlocked, you can push this and it opens like so. Then you get to see two charging ports. One is AC and one is DC. So this is a CCS Type 2 charging port. For fast charging, you can get 20% to 80% in 30 minutes. This charges a BYD Blade battery with a capacity of 30 kilowatt hour, which pushes the car up to 300 kilometers of range. Now this car also supports vehicle to load function with up to 2.2 kilowatts. So here's how the lights look like at the back. Here's the brake, rear fog lamps, and signal lights. And then at the front here are your DRLs, here is low beam, high beam, and your signal lights. If you enjoy these types of car reviews, show your support and hit that subscribe button. To open the hood, there's a lever here. You pull twice. Once you open the hood, you get to see your serviceable things like your washer fluid, brake fluid, and here's your cap for your radiator. So for the motor, we have a permanent magnet synchronous motor with a maximum output of 74 horsepower and 135 Newton meters of torque. It can go from 0 to 50 in 4.9 seconds. To open the trunk, there's a button here. You press, it's not power, but it's light, so that's cool. And then here at the top, you get to see your emergency latch. Once you open the trunk, you get to see the board. It's as plain as it can get. There's no lights, there's no vents or speakers or whatever. This is just a platform, but I don't see any compartment for your tire repair kit, your emergency, things. Tools, jack, compressor, and what have you. But it is quite spacious. You can see here that this is a lot of usable space compared to other mini EVs that I've seen. This is actually usable. If you need more space, you can pull these tabs. There's one here, and then there's another here. You just push to give you more space. I don't have the exact numbers, but this is a lot for a car of this size. BYD Cars Philippines will be providing your portable charger and a 7 kilowatt charger that can be installed on your home. Before I get into the second row, for the door cards, we have black plastic here, blue plastic, and then here is your handle. And then here is leather, blue leather right here with yellow stitching or green, lightish green stitching. Then here is plastic, and then here is your switch for the window. So that's one touch going down. It doesn't go all the way down. And it's not one touch going up. And then here is your pocket and your bottle holder right there. Still plastic. I was expecting some speakers, but you don't have one here. And anyway, into the second row. So the seats are comfortable. Look at that. Here, they're soft. It's something you would expect from BYD. They're all black, but this is perforated with lighter color inside, all the way here for the back. Now, for the headrest, we have light blue stitching for BYD. And then here's your headrest. That's how high you can adjust that. Since this is a 4-seater, you only have 2 seat belts. You can sit a third person here. I just don't know if it's safe. The third person won't have a seatbelt. In any way, you do have ISO fixed points right here. Okay, so I'm 5'8", and this is my wife's sitting position, and it's spacious because you don't have a tunnel here at the middle. See, it's completely flat. For the headroom, yeah, it's quite nice. I still have a lot of headroom here. A pocket here behind the first row seat. So you have 2 of them. At the back of the center console, you have this pocket right there. And do we have any vents for the feet? No, we don't. Grab handles here for the rear. So you have 3 of them in total. So that's 1, 2. There's another one for the first row. So you have hooks here on each side for plastic bags maybe. Even though it's small, I feel safe inside this because on each pillar that I look at, there's airbags. There's one here, there's another one here, there's another one here, and here. For the door cards on the first row, black plastic again, blue plastic again, and here's your handle to open the door. Same as that of the second row, we have blue leather here, leather with yellow or green stitching, and then here is a plastic aluminum finish with unlock and lock buttons, window switches, and here is for your window lock. Now for the windows on the rear, you don't have one touch going up. Here, you have one touch going down, and it goes all the way down. and here is one touch going up with anti-pinch. There we go. So that's just for the driver. And then below that, a pocket and a bottle holder. Then a speaker. Yeah, that's what I'm expecting. For the door cards on the passenger side, it's the same as that of the driver's side minus the controls. Now for the seat adjustments on the first row, it's all manual. We have a lever here to push forward and backward, and then here we have this thing for your backrest. So it's 4-way. So this is the latch to open the hood, so you have to pull twice. One thing I want to show you on the seats for the first row, which is different from the second row, is we have blue accents right there. Again, it's still soft with a bit more bolstering. Okay, let's go inside. It's raining. Okay, so for the steering wheel, it's leather wrapped with green stitching or light green. And then here we have your controls for your cruise controls. And then here is for your media and your button to control the instrument cluster right there. So you can control that. And then here we have your BYD logo on the horn. And for the adjustments, we have, it's just the tilt. You have your light stalks here, and here is for your wiper. On the front of the car, we have holes. They're diamond shaped. Also for the passenger side, and it says here airbag. So we have two screens here. We have a 7-inch screen for the instrument cluster, and we have a 10.1 for the infotainment screen. You can also have it in portrait mode. And then here we have your start stop button, a bunch of physical controls. We have your gear switcher here, and we have your park button on the side. So here's your driving mode selector: normal and eco, sport, normal. The way you do that is you flick it. And then here we have wet or snow mode. So here is your auto hold button, and you can see that icon right there. Here is for your hazard, and here is for your defogger, I'm guessing, because that's snow. And then here's your on off for the AC. Here is your defogger for the front, and then here is your volume rocker for your media. If you press this, then it turns off the infotainment screen. So we have your AC vents at the middle, USB ports, one Type-C, Type-A, SD card slot, 12-volt socket. And then here we have a pocket. So for the center console, we have your wireless charger pad right there. Then here we have cup holders, and your cup holder here on the front is for your emergency starting. You have a key indicator right there. So one is deeper than the other. And then we don't have a compartment here, but you have comfortable armrest. We have your glove box, which opens soft. No light. Visors here at the top with lights and a clip. That goes as well for the passenger. We have light. And we have capacitive lights right here. So we have buttons, but these are not functional because you don't have any panoramic sunroof. Here is your rear view mirror, which is not auto dimming. If you're enjoying this video so far, hit that like button. At the center, we can see different views. Here we have the TPMS, average energy consumption, recent energy consumption, driving time, and average speed. Still at the center, we have the drive mode, gear selected, regenerative level, time, and the odometer. On the left, we got a power meter, seatbelt indicator, OK status, and range left. Then on the right, your speed, park brake indicator, auto hold, and the battery level. On the home screen, we have 3 widgets at the center. Swipe to the right and you get to see your apps. We have your BYD Assistant, which is your voice assistant, and here are all the commands that you can use. We have commands for map, vehicle control, phone, media player. Going back to the home screen, we have phone, and it tells you to connect the phone via Bluetooth. We have radio, then music, navigation, Spotify, Android Auto, and Apple CarPlay is wireless, by the way. We have Media Center, where we have the same radio, music, video, and settings for the audio. Going back, vehicle image, where you can see the rear camera, themes, where we have 6 to choose from, and 6 wallpapers. Then we have utilities, file manager, disable auto start, data monitor. Going back and swipe to the right to see more apps, we have album, then settings. Under system, we have connection, audio, display settings, version, apps, and more, where you can set your time, language, and more. Under ADAS, we have active safety. Here is your stability control toggle, then your parking sensors. Under energy, we have energy manager, charging settings, smart charging for scheduled charging, consumption data, where you can reset all of that, but we won't. And here is your consumption curve. Under vehicle, we have intelligent chassis. Here's your light settings, AC settings, locks, and we have notification settings. We have maintenance, overhaul for your wiper maintenance mode, vehicle info, where you can check the status of the car. Back to home, we have this fan button at the bottom center, and it launches your AC settings. It looks like it's dual climate, but it's not. And here we can adjust the fan speed. Going back, we still have some controls for the AC, like the fan speed, temperature, and here we have split view. You can have Spotify and Maps open at the same time. Alright, so we're now driving the BYD Seagull. Again, BYD exceeded my expectations with this car. At first, I was expecting less of this because it's small and I know how cars of these size feel. Here, it's different. It's planted. It's like I'm in a bigger car. Whenever I'm driving, I feel safe. The torque is there. It's fast. It's not a small car. It's deceptive. I can hear the road noise. I mean, the tires are small. It's quite understandable. Here's what I have to say with the speed. It's more than enough for city driving, especially if you want to overtake. You can do that easily here. In terms of the torque, it's not as torquey as I remembered from the BYD Atto 3. It's manageable. It's just fun to drive. But don't get me wrong, this is fast. This car is fast. It has a top speed of 130. I do hear a lot of the tire noise, but I hear a lot more from other cars of this size. I turn from here, and the turning radius is, holy crap, that's good. That's a good one. Coming from a car that's 7-seater, I like how this turns. Also, because this is front wheel, I can just step on it without having any fear of losing control. See? I don't know if that's wind that I'm hearing. It's like it's getting angrier. No? That's wind, no? Somewhere here. So I can hear that. Surprisingly enough, even if there's just one wiper, I can see the road really well. This is nice. One thing you have to understand when you're driving the BYD Seagull is that it only costs 1 peso and 50 cents to 2 pesos per kilometer. If you're going, let's say, 30 kilometers a day, that's like more or less 50 pesos, 60 pesos. So maybe you can say that the only thing cheaper than that is riding a bike. I mean, you don't get the comfort that you have here in the Seagull. You have to try it for yourselves. And when you test drive the car, try and floor it. You'll understand that it's mild. It's fast, but it's mild. This is a really good first EV. This is it. Look at that. It's regenerating. So right now I'm using 31 kilowatt. I let go of the accelerator. It's regenerating some energy back. Really nice. Really nice. And the way the car handles the bumps, it's something else. It's something I haven't seen. I've seen it in a lot of cars, but it's something I haven't seen in a car of this size. It's awesome. I really love this experience. So that's a BYD Seagull for you, your new best friend on wheels. This little guy is here to prove that big things may come in small packages. For the price of under 1 million pesos, you're getting a car that packs up to 300 kilometers of range, which lets you keep rolling without breaking the bank. It's a combination of style, practicality, and those eco-friendly vibes that we all love, making it a fantastic choice for anyone looking to drive smarter and greener. The Seagull is designed to seamlessly integrate into your daily life while standing out with its sleek design and impressive performance. So if you're after a ride that fits right in, but never fades into the background, the BYD Seagull is definitely the way to go. I'd like to thank BYD Cars Philippines for letting us be part of this exclusive preview and for making such an impressive car accessible to many people. Again, thank you so much. Hanggang sa ulitin, kita-kits.